Yep, it's that time of the year. It's summertime, so guys are gonna give you 10 fresh, clean, soapy, out of the shower fragrances for 2021. Before we get into the list, I just want to get a few things off my man boobies, okay? When it comes to these types of videos, soapy, fresh, clean type of videos, I'm the only guy, the only fragrance channel that dresses the part. So I'm double dog daring all my other fellow creators out there to do the same. When I do a tropical video, I dress the part. Secondly, please give me one of these if you like this very video. It helps with the channel and it also shows me that you like this type of content. And if you're not gonna do it for me, then please give a like, a thumbs up for my wife. Okay, it shows support and it shows sympathy for her as well, that you guys, you sympathize with her as she has such a character such as myself to deal with. It's not easy for my wife. So guys, if you're not gonna give one of these for me, at least give it for her. Trust me, she deals with a lot of stuff. So thumbs up to that. Fragrance number 1 and 2, when I came into this community 10 years ago, a decade ago, these fragrances, these types of fragrances were super popular. Sports fragrances. So fragrance number 1 is gonna be HUGO Boss Bottled Sport. So this one unfortunately never really caught on, but I find it's a good scent, especially for what you're getting. It's very budget friendly. This one has loads of lavender, grapefruit, aldehydes, vetiver, and cardamom. This fragrance is very aldehydic or a little ozonic. There's loads of fresh grapefruit, but also loads of fresh lavender. I get a little bit of a musky dry down, but there's most certainly a little bit of that vetiver there for sure. This is a great scent for school and work. I do think that it's good enough for work. When it comes to these office fragrances, you want something that's not really like you know, that shouts, "Here I am." You want something that's clean and subtle. That's what this fragrance is. Longevity for this one here is 4 to 6 hours. Fragrance number 2, this scent was actually released right around the time that I came in as a viewer. So at one time I was hooked on watching fragrance reviews, and this one was really popular back in the day. But as the years progressed, it was a little bit kind of like forgotten. But it got a revival thanks to Ross from the channel TLTG, and that is AZZARO's Chrome Sport. This one is incredibly fresh and invigorating, very mass appealing. This one has ginger, loads of different citruses. Trust me, loads. I'm talking like 3 to 5 different types of citruses alone. Watery notes, grass, and musk. So this is a very clean, fresh, out of the shower kind of fragrance, but you are gonna get a bit of a green grassy component, and it dries down to a nice musky base. But you're also gonna get a little bit of that aquatics from the watery notes. This one is fresher than the HUGO Boss, and this one lasts a little bit longer as well. You're probably gonna get like an extra hour. I said that the HUGO Boss was 4 to 6 hours. This on general was 5 to 7 hours. Fragrance number 3, this one was actually quite popular when it came in back in the day, and that is VERSACE Man Eau Fresh. This came out in 1996, and it's a flanker to the Versace Man that I think came out in like 2004. That one is discontinued, and I believe that this one is discontinued, yet you can still easily get it online. Unfortunately with this one here, it's not as cheap as it once was, but it's still relatively inexpensive as well. So you're probably gonna spend about 40 to 50 bucks, which really isn't that bad. But this one here is loads of lemon. You can get some starfruit, which I personally don't get. Cedar, tarragon, musk, but also sage. So this one is clean, soapy. It's green with the tarragon, but it's also musky and a little bit herbal with the sage itself. This one here I would say is probably the most popular out of the first 3 fragrances from this very video, and this is a great school work scent. And all these fragrances in this very video are just fantastic for work, and some of them for school. Some of them are going to be a little bit more pricey as they're not just cheapies, but longevity off this is 5 to 7 hours. Fragrance number 4, this one is a niche company, but I would say it's more of a high-end designer. The quality that they produce is definitely high-end, but it's not niche, and they are quite expensive if you get them retail, and it's really not worth the price tag. And in the last year alone, I've become a bit of a bitch for this brand, and if you know that, then you know it's going to be bond number 9. It's going to be bond number 9, Eau de New York. Now this is going to be the 50 ml, and it does look different than its 100 ml counterpart. The 100 ml has the different colored polka dots on the bottle itself. This one here, at first I'm like, did they send me the wrong one? But apparently the 50 ml, from what I was able to gather, is this colored here. This fragrance has loads of different citruses. You're also gonna get some white florals, such as lily, gardenia, but you're also gonna get a very creamy neroli. The neroli in this is one of the main notes as well. Throw in some herbs like basil, a little bit of oak moss, and musk, and that's what you get. Even though that this one is there's white florals like the lily and the gardenia, guys, okay, men out there, don't be turned off by it. This is a unisex fragrance, yes, but both genders can wear this very easily. This one is more uplifting, it's fresher, it's more zesty than the other 3 fragrances out there. And this smells better quality as well, gentlemen, okay, than the first 3. This is great for casual, but at the same time, it's great for work. I spent about maybe $150 to $160 for a 50 ml, so it's actually pretty good bang for your buck. And this one does last longer than the other 3. This is one of the more long-lasting fragrances in this list, as it's an eau de parfum concentration, and longevity is 7 to 9 hours. Fragrance number 5, I don't have the bottle, unfortunately. It is at my friend Priyanka's house, as I ended up lending her like 20 different fragrances. So Priyanka, I'm coming back for my collection, okay? But I do look forward to meeting up with you once again and actually filming some videos. I promise I will not embarrass you by dressing like this. My wife, on top of that, will not let me leave the house dressed like this. But fragrance number 5 is actually going to be John Varvatos Artisan Pure. That fragrance has lemon, but also has a very interesting note of tangerine, thyme, ginger, musk, ambergris, and wood. So this is very fresh, clean. There's a little bit of herbs to this one here, and it does dry down to a nice woody musk. Just like all the other fragrances, this fragrance here is great for school, work. It's also a great white t-shirt and jeans fragrance. The only problem with this fragrance here is that it's John Varvatos. They are known for performance issues, but you're gonna get 4 to 6 hours with this one. Fragrance number 6, let's go back to the brand of Versace, and this is gonna be Versace Pour Homme. So this came out in 08, and when I came in, once again, this stuff was super popular. I'm just gonna state it. This one does get comparisons to Chanel Allure Sport. This one is just doesn't last as nearly as long. The Chanel lasts like anywhere from 8 to 10 hours on my skin. This is like 4 to 6 hours, or really 4 to 5. But this is lighter, it's fresher, it's just as good in the smell, but I find that this one is also just a little bit cleaner than the Chanel. What you're gonna get tonka bean, musk, lemon, hindsight, but also clary sage. The clary sage does give it a little bit of an herbaceous touch. You're most certainly gonna get the lemon, the musk for sure, but you're also gonna get a little bit of that hindsight, which adds a really nice soapy touch to this fragrance here. So, Versace Pour Homme, this is a great cheapie. This fragrance here is gonna be a little bit cheaper than the Versace Man Eau Fraiche, but you know what? Both fragrances, you can't go wrong with them. Fragrance number 7, unfortunately this one has been forgotten. It's a good cheapie. It's a good quality cheapie, but Burberry BRIT Splash. Unfortunately, this one, as I said, has been forgotten. It's just, no one really talks about it. It's really been overshadowed by the original BRIT Rhythm, Rhythm Intense, Rhythm, I think there's another one, but I'm not sure. But what you're gonna get is you're definitely gonna get melon. So the melon in this is actually quite nice. The melon adds a different type of feel. It adds a little bit extra freshness to it. But you're also gonna get musk, watery notes, violet. The violet does give it a slight powdery touch, but not a whole lot, but also an herbaceous rosemary. This is more of a younger man's fragrance, but it's someone who's my age or older. I'm 44, but I just don't act like it, I know. But someone who's in the 40s can wear it. I just find it'll probably resonate a little bit more with someone who's in their teenage years, but also 20 years. But if you're an older guy who likes it, it's all good, man. Even I like it, and you can wear it. I just find with the Melon Accord, it really is, it kind of gives it a slight younger touch, but not a whole lot. Longevity off this is 4 to 5 hours. Fragrance number 8, if you have expensive taste, then you're definitely gonna like the next two. But fragrance number 8 is gonna be Tom Ford Mandarino di Amalfi Aqua. So, you know, I did not spend money on Tom Ford. My wife ended up giving this to me for our anniversary, like our 3rd wedding anniversary. This stuff, oh, quality-wise, this is one of the best fragrances in this list. You're gonna get loads of citruses, mint, basil, orange blossom, musk, but also tarragon. This stuff is just like, the smell itself is, the quality is absolutely there. The performance, on the other hand, is a different story. This is an eau de toilette concentration. I thought it was an eau de parfum, and I may have stated that on a previous video, so I'm correcting myself right now. The original Mandarino di Amalfi is an eau de parfum. The downfall with the EDP is that it lasts just as long as this, and you're paying a lot of money because it's Tom Ford. Tom Ford produces great quality fragrances. Even though that they may not resonate with my nose, there's quality behind them. I just find that nowadays you're paying more for the name than the actual quality itself. At one time it was quality and name, so longevity is 4 to 5 hours at the most. It's a great unisex fragrance, so guys, you could wear it with ease. But this one is just probably, like, I would say, the soapiest scent in this entire video. That orange blossom really does pop. Fragrance number 9, ladies, this one is more so for you. It is a unisex fragrance, but I do find it dives a lot more towards the ladies, yet I'm comfortable enough to wear it. Hell, if I'm comfortable enough to dress like this, then I should have no problems wearing this. Bond number 9's Sag Harbor. So this fragrance here this is like spray number 6 because I'm trying to do this very video. But this fragrance here definitely has honeysuckle, peony, grapes, bay leaf, ivy, with sandalwood and oud or agarwood towards the base. I don't get a lot of oud. Hell, I don't think I get any oud at all. I do get the floral component, and that's what really adds a lot of femininity to this unisex fragrance. I love Bond, as I stated, but I do find that a lot of their unisex fragrances, they do dive more so towards the ladies out there than they do for the men. A lot of their fragrances, they don't really cater to men a whole lot. They do have a few offerings, but not a whole lot. But this here, you're definitely going to get loads of florals. The grape itself is actually quite nice, and it does add a bit of a unique touch, but you're also going to get the green bay leaf and ivy. Then towards the dry down, I myself get musk, but I also get the sandalwood. This is fresh from top to bottom. This is more so like a woman's body wash type of clean. Fantastic fragrance. I originally had a sample when I was going to review it, but I like it that much that I ended up getting a bottle. Longevity is 7 to 9 hours. And fragrance number 10, unfortunately I don't have a bottle, but I do have a travel spray. This one here is going to be Prada L'Homme L'Eau. This stuff is really good. This is expensive soap in my opinion, and I find that this one is a little bit better than the original L'Homme itself. So there's definitely powdery notes. There's iris, there's ginger, there's neroli, and there's cedar. So this here, if you don't like powdery scents, stay away from this one here. This one is just not as powdery or as like iris waxy as the original. I love the original, trust me, I really do. And I love this one here. This is all I need. My collection is out of hand, okay? So I don't need any more bottles. But this one here is elegant. It's fresh. It's clean. It's like it's definitely like a more like aquatic, fresher, lighter version than the original. But even though that this is considered L'Homme L'Eau, like it's for the men, women can wear this no problem. Longevity is 6 to 8 hours. So everyone, that is it. I just gave you 10 fresh, clean, soapy, out of the shower types of scents. Again, I'm just gonna repeat myself. I'm the only schmuck in the Fricom, the YouTube history of Fricom, that has dressed like this. So I'm, again, double dog daring all my fellow fragrance channels out there to dress the part if you're gonna do a video like this. And also, guys, please, if you like this very video, make sure to give me one of these. If not for me, again, for my wife. Show her that sympathy and that support that you have for her for dealing with someone like myself. So please, just give it a thumbs up if you can. Any reviews that I've done from this very video, they will be in the description below, including the last 2 videos that I did on this type of subject. So I don't know if I'm gonna do this very video next year, and if so, I probably will not dress the part, but you know, this is me, so you just never know. So guys, I thank you for your time, take care, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everyone.